Alright guys, this is Jesse, Brothers Fire Chat usually, but this time I'm just gonna roll with me for a while. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. We all have extensively busy lives now, so I apologize for the lack of posting. Not that it really matters, not that many people probably listen to this anyway. But I think tonight I'm just gonna drop a couple of inspirational enunciation is a good word. Let's start with some inspirational words, okay? That's what I wanted to say. That's what I'm going to say. That's exactly what I'm about to do. Granted, I'm doing other stuff while I'm doing this, but that's stuff. Stuff is stuff. Alright, well, first off, we'll start with letting you know that, of course, with anything, life happens, and we're all getting a little bit older, a little bit wiser. We learn a couple things here and there, right? And I'm willing to bet there's a lot of people out there like me who battle with depression, self-loathing, things like that. Just, you don't like who you are, right? Okay, well, let's stop there. You might not like who you are, but something I've really learned is that the only one who can change you is you. The world can beat you to a pulp. If you let it change you, then it's going to change you. But if you don't let it knock you down and you refuse to lay down on the ground and just take things, then you have a fighting chance. It might not look like you've ever got a chance of getting anywhere, but you got to try and find something. There's always a reason to get up off your back. There's always a reason to get up and fight. And I think it's Les Brown was the one who said this, and don't quote me on the name. Of course, street racing. Yay. Dude, you're not going to catch him. Got a Camaro racing against a truck. Yeah, the truck's not catching this guy. Anyway, oh shit. Okay, there you go, dude. Sorry. Anywho, with everything being the case of what it is, you're going to run your life the way you want to run it, and you can become who you want to be. All you have to do is stay strong to continue doing that. And like I was saying with Les Brown, he has a saying, if you get knocked down, try and land on your back, because if you can land on your back, you can look up, and if you can look up, you can get up. Now, I don't really know if this is true or not, but it seems to fucking work for me, okay? Like, dead ass, it seems to work for me. I've tried multiple times. I've had life kick me in the face a lot. Like, a lot. If I could put an animation in there to make that a lot, I would. But right now, I'm kind of tied up. Anyway, so we got that. Now, the other thing you need to remember is we all change over time anyway, which is part of growing up. So, as a kid, you enjoy building Legos, going out with your friends, you know, running around playing tag. As you get a little bit older, you hit puberty, and then all of a sudden women or men, depending on how you feel, either the cooties go away and then all of a sudden you're interested in what they look like, or you become an acne short crap like I was, and that just, you're not a player, and all you get to do is stare in a corner like Poindexter, and I'm sorry. But that awkward stage is there where you go through growing up, and you end up being something a little bit different. Your interests change, your mind changes, the way you develop things change, the way you think things through change. And then once you hit past puberty and you get into adulthood, well, there's a whole new world of reality. And most people, from what I've noticed at my age, and I'm not going to let you know that because I'm old and I have the right to reserve being old. Now, if you want to look up my age, feel free, but I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, at my age, you have the I'm old and think completely differently, and life keeps kicking you in the face. And from what I've seen, most kids these days start hitting that point of where you have to decide whether or not you want to go to college, you want to get a job, you want to be in a relationship, And all of a sudden relationships change, and that scares a lot of you. Well, guess what? As old as I am, I'm in a relationship. I am not in any way, shape, or form making a shit ton of money. I am not making a whole lot of anything. I went through the military. I thought that was going to change things. I thought it was going to be a good idea. Not really the greatest thing. The only thing it really taught me was how to take a hit. And taking a hit makes a difference. But kids today, I notice some of them, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I'm just lost. Well, you know what? Here's what they come to. Either I'm going to be depressed and not know what the hell to do with life because we're so technologically advanced that any kind of craft skill is completely negated at this point. Or I'm going to join the military because I'm depressed and I don't know what to do. Or I'm going to become a criminal because society sucks and I can't afford to live. That's always a fun one. Or I'm going to become an adult and go to college and try and figure it out and save myself 4 years by living in mom's house. Fair enough. All of these things are fairly so the option. Yeah, that came out all kinds of wrong at the end there. Anyway, it basically sums down to my suggestions. Holy hell. Okay. 1 second. Sorry, just passed a load of cops beyond. Jesus, I don't know what they're doing. They got the gas station down here got completely closed off. Don't know what happened. But it's got like 9 cops in it. I think it was an FBI van there. I don't know. And they have a bus surrounded. Maybe they caught a terrorist. Good stuff. Anywho, you have options growing up, and once you hit adulthood, things kind of change for everybody, and that's cool. And I think really people need to just sit back and take a few days. It might take months, it might take years, it might take a while, but go out, do a couple jobs. Find something you kind of like. You never know. Kind of liking something might turn into a passion for something. As they say, if you do a job you love, or you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life, right? So go find what you like to do, be it driving, be it playing video games. Oh my God, people are stupid. Yeah, be it playing video games, be it all those other things. You know, you can find something. You might like riding bikes. You might want to be Lance Armstrong. You might want to do something. Find something you like. Then go to school for it. Get a trade in it. Apprentice in. Do something you like. If you like politics, go be a politician. You'll never work a day in your life is what they say, right? So find something that makes you happy. Me, I like catching the bad guys. So guess what? Looking at being a cop. About to be finishing school soon for that. We'll see how that goes. But if I get that job, it'll be a job I like. And I probably won't honestly ever have to work a day in my life. Currently, I work in a job that I like a lot. I'm a security officer. I like doing it. It's a job that, yes, I hate going to work. But that's the disease that I have anyway. I just hate going to work. Like most people these days, I hate going to work. I'd rather sit at home and do nothing with my life. Right? No. I actually have like 1,000 other things. But unfortunately, the bills will look at you on the table and go, "You gonna pay me?" Yeah. So we get jobs, we do all that. And then we find relationships, and yeah, they're not always pretty. Trust me, I'm married. I live with parents. It's still weird. I'm not like put together completely. I'm working on it. I'm getting my life together. We're paying bills back. We're paying off the new car. We're paying off a few things. We're working on it. And we'll get there. It's just we weren't fully prepared for everything when we jumped in, and that's okay. You can do that. Just give yourself the knowledge that it's gonna be hard. You're gonna come into struggles. You're gonna deal with things that you don't like. You're gonna have to put up with a lot of things that you don't like. But even if you were set up to do it your way, you're still gonna have to get used to that other person, this new relationship change, all the things that can change. There's a lot involved here that just goes beyond that. So I guess the words of wisdom are, when you're walking through life, understand that it's not always going to be pretty. Really, it's not going to be. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be sunshine and fucking shitting out rainbows from your asshole. It doesn't work that way. Okay? Flying penises do not exist. Things like this do not exist. It's just not going to be boobies and happy days. There's going to be crap days where you're in the shit and you don't know what to do. There's going to be crap days when you're trying to figure out life. There's going to be some times when you're pulled over and just life happens. But if you want to be a better person, then you got to look at yourself and go, okay, I don't like this about me. I'm going to change this. You have to be the one to make that change. And then, to continue that path, when you feel like you're gonna break, allow yourself a moment to break. It doesn't have to be a long one. The trick is to never let yourself fully break down. This is something I've learned. A full meltdown will happen. It's inevitable. It's going to just be what it is. Things happen, right? Okay. So, yes, you're going to break down. You're going to have your moments. You're going to have all this stuff. That's fine. You're allowed to do that, okay? Sorry, adjusting my chair. You're allowed to break down. You're allowed to have your moments. You're allowed to do all this stuff. Just remember, only a couple days on your pity pot. Try not to involve other people and drag them with you. But if you're going to fall onto your pity pot, only allow yourself a certain amount of time. Say, this time, okay, I broke down. In 2 days, I'm going to get up and push forward. That's fine. Sometimes we just need a break. Sometimes you need a nap. It's cool. Naps are good. Trust me. See these bags? I didn't get them because I don't nap. Yeah, that came out wrong. I didn't get them because I nap. I get them because I don't nap, and I'm up all the freaking time, and it sucks. But, yeah. Like I said, we're all going to walk through paths of hell, and we're all going to see darkness, and we're all going to see things that we don't want to see. And life really probably isn't all going to be pretty. I mean, if you're a millionaire frat boy, maybe you have a life where you don't have to sit here and wonder, how am I going to make the next bills? But generally, for the average person, you're allowed to break down. You're allowed to grow up. You're allowed to make mistakes. And that's a big thing. You are allowed to make mistakes. In fact, I encourage you to go out and make mistakes. Because guess what? Every single mistake that you make is a learning experience. So do keep that in mind. Now, when you're walking through all that, understand that even though you're going to walk those dark things, there's a whole lot of good things that are going to come in between. You just have to pull the blinders off to be able to see them. You got to look around you and realize that you might have a really crappy day. And I've had that day. Hell, I just got off one of those days. But it's as simple as I can look back and go, okay, I've got my sister and I've got my wife, and just talking to them, I was able to kind of flip that mood back, and now I'm kind of back to normal, working on to being up to where I want to be. Yes, I almost broke, but I did it in my own solitude, and I slowly pulled myself back. So, granted, somebody reached out and gave me a helping hand. That happens, and you're allowed to do that too. You are allowed to ask for help. In fact, I encourage that too. But, like I said, don't be afraid to make the mistakes. Don't be afraid of the darkness. Don't be afraid of the things you got to do. It's part of growing up. We all got to do it. You don't like something, change it. It's as simple as that. You might need to work to change it. Don't be afraid to put the effort in. Even if it doesn't work out to exactly what you want, the difference might be something you like. So just keep your guys, seriously guys, keep your heads up. For real. Because I'm seeing so many people holding their head so low they could be dragging it on the ground. Really. It's not worth it. There's a lot of good things in life and a lot of big things you can do. So do keep that in mind. This is Jesse, Brothers Fire Chat, signing off.